So I had a dream, and this dream changed everything. In the dream, I was running on a track, like in a race, but it felt bigger than competition. It felt like purpose. And as I ran, I saw a woman telling her granddaughter to come here. I'm going to teach you something. As if to say, pay attention to this moment. It will teach you how to build. I said, hey, because I knew them. As I ran past them, I ran off the track onto the side. And on the ground in the grass was a square stone with the elephant traced out in black carpenter ants, with one lone black carpenter ant approaching it. In the dream, I remember standing over it and saying to myself, at the height and direction of that ant approaching it, it probably think that this is a real big elephant. But me standing up over it, looking down into it, I knew that it was not an elephant, but a group of ants who had shaped itself into a baby elephant. Where I stood above it, looking down, I could see the truth. It wasn't an elephant, it was a formation. A picture created by many small builders working together to shape something larger than themselves. This dream became the foundation of this show because perspective matters. What you see at ground level is never the full picture. Sometimes what looks like a giant is really a collection of small obedient moves working together in divine order. And sometimes what looks insignificant, like the little small ant or the single ant, is actually carrying kingdom weight. So born from a dream and built for the discerning, Elephant and Ants, the She Bloss podcast show, explores the weighty matters of legacy and leadership, the elephant, and the often overlooked but strategic habits, thoughts, and shifts, the ants, that shape the woman behind the business. This is why this podcast is called Elephant and Ants. It's perspectives and insights. So, welcome to the Elephant and Ants, the She Bloss podcast show. I'm your host, She Bloss Nicole. So here we talk about the weighty things, the elephants, the small strategic things, the ants, and the ants that look like elephants, and the elephants that are really just ants. This show was born from a dream that reminds us it's not always either or, sometimes it's both. So we're exploring multiple perspectives but staying anchored in one, and that's the kingdom perspective. Because real leadership knows how to discern the difference and still move with purpose. So today, I'm not just introducing a podcast, I'm introducing a movement. This is where I finally get to release the message behind Bloss, Boss, and Bless. Because Bloss didn't begin as a brand, it began as a revelation. See, Bloss is about foundation. It's about what holds you steady in your leadership. It's about being grounded in your identity before you build your influence. Bloss is the unseen layer, the primer that goes beneath the woman's foundation on her face. It's what holds everything together. So, before you ever started teaching others, I had to learn it for myself. Bloss reminded me that I wasn't just created to build things. I was created to be built. And that meant letting God lay a foundation deep enough to carry the weight of what He was calling me to lead. Because if your foundation isn't right, your dominion won't stay pure and original. And that's where the revelation begins.
Every day she blossom. She blows.